Gathering here, I've been helping people suffering from kidney disease for almost 10 years now. My aim is not just to help you alleviate the symptoms. My aim is to give you the tools to achieve tangible results in improving kidney function. Results that are measurable by improved levels in the creatinine, proteinuria, and GFR levels. And today, results that may have been considered impossible just a few years ago can happen. But many doctors will still tell you that it's not possible to improve your kidney function. Don't believe them. Things have changed a lot in the last few years when it comes to treating kidney disease. Achievements that were considered miracles like reversing kidney disease have been documented in medical literature. And for some patients, all that it takes is just 1 tablet a day. This is because that 1 tablet a day can protect your kidneys from blood acidity. Question: is lowering blood acidity really going to reverse kidney disease? For the general population, it is almost harmless to ingest huge amounts of acid-forming foods such as meat, cheese, processed grains, sweets, and soft drinks. But if you have kidney problems, having too many of these foods in your diet will cause your blood acidity to raise, and that's very bad for you. It's a cause of kidney damage. This is why, according to medical literature, someone with kidney disease should intake way less acid-forming foods than the general population. And when patients did this, the miracle happened. Yes, some patients were able to reverse CKD just by eating more alkaline. This is a proven fact. But unfortunately, many CKD patients find it difficult to navigate the alkaline way of eating. In the next few minutes, we will make sure this doesn't describe you. Question: what happens to your kidneys when you stop intaking too much acid from foods? The kidneys will improve quickly. The reason is one of the most important functions of the kidneys in the body: filtering excess acid in the blood. When what you eat produces more acid than what your kidneys can excrete, this acid is going to pile up in the body. It will damage bones and muscles, it will deplete serum bicarbonate, and it will make kidney disease progress faster. And obviously, as kidney disease progresses, less and less acid can be processed, causing symptoms and complications including hyperkalemia, fatigue, bone damage, and metabolic acidosis. This is why reducing the dietary acid load by following an alkaline diet and taking this special tablet every day can do miracles. And one thing that most people don't expect to see when they start eating more alkaline, they usually feel immediately better. I've seen this happen in many patients, and it's also documented in literature. So you may actually feel better and fast when starting an alkaline diet. And while foods such as meat, cheese, fried foods are too acid forming, there are certain foods that actually decrease the acid load by adding alkalinity in the body. What foods are the most alkaline forming? What we must understand about the alkalinity of food, which is key to improve kidney health as we have seen, is that foods that taste acidic are not necessarily acid-forming. The most interesting example here are fruits such as lemon, grapefruit, and kiwi. They will taste acidic when you eat them, but they actually are alkaline-forming on the kidneys. And these fruits are great for a renal diet, by the way. Another unsuspectedly healthy alkaline food is coffee. While many people believe that coffee is bad for you, drinking it in moderation is actually healthy. But remember that I'm talking about brewed black coffee with no sugar or creamer, and it's also alkaline forming. To make sure of this, we just need to look at the PROL score. PROL score is a measurement of the amount of acid your kidneys will have to remove after eating 100 grams of a certain food. The lower the PROL, the better. A high PROL value, like what meat, poultry, and junk foods have, means that the food is really heavy on the kidneys. Negative PROL values like that of the foods of today's video is actually helping the kidneys removing acid. Coffee, for example, has a PROL score of minus 1.4, meaning that it removes some acidity. Lemon is even better at minus 2.6. Kiwi fruit is a true powerhouse with an incredible minus 4.1 on the PROL score. Now, when it comes to low PROL score foods that are a must in diet that protects the kidneys from acidity, vegetables are the true champions. Because while many fruits are healthy, certain veggies are so alkaline forming they can undo the damage done by eating acid forming foods. Some of the best foods in the world for the kidneys include kohlrabi. This is a vegetable in the Brassica oleracea family that comes either in green or purple and can be eaten raw or cooked. It is very alkaline at Prol -5.6. And it is also rich in many of the micronutrients kidney disease patients are often deficient in. Include it in your diet. Bell pepper is also very healthy with a Prol score of -3.5 when eaten raw. Peppers are low in calories, low in potassium, and exceptionally rich in vitamin C, vitamin B6, folic acid, and other antioxidants. And this makes the bell pepper an excellent addition to a healthy renal diet. Now let's talk about green leafy vegetables. Many green leafy vegetables are incredibly healthy for you. They always take all the best spots in the Prol score charts. Arugula, for example, has a Prol score of -7.5, which is incredible. Arugula is the cousin of broccoli, kale, and cabbage and shares many of their health benefits. Not to mention that arugula is a source of nitrates, great to lower your blood pressure. Other greens usually we consider are lettuce, kale, celery, parsley, and mustard greens, all very healthy. Try also including spinach, which is high in potassium but also probably the best food in terms of Prol score ever with a Prol of -14.0. Now you may ask, isn't the potassium from these foods bad for the kidneys? While today eating too many potassium-rich foods is still not recommended by most doctors, this may change in the near future. You see, according to most recent research, dietary potassium is very weakly linked to hyperkalemia or high potassium in blood. In particular, a study compared the potassium in blood in pre-dialysis patients. When dietary potassium went from 500 mg a day to 4.500 mg a day, a 9-fold difference, there was a very small increase in potassium in blood. What this study proves is that the diet is not the most important factor when it comes to keeping potassium under control. There are other factors that play a way more important role in serum potassium management, including avoiding metabolic acidosis. Now guys, there's also a miracle remedy that can really make a big difference in making your body more alkaline. Many studies claim that adding this one remedy makes almost as much difference as doubling the number of daily portions of fruits and veggies. Before that, question: what foods should you completely avoid in a renal diet? There are 5 categories of foods you should absolutely avoid. Desserts and snacks such as ice creams, candies, pastries, and so on should always be avoided, especially by diabetics. These foods are also acid-forming. And also, fried, high-fat foods and processed foods in general are very acid-forming too. Dairy should be avoided too. Meat is one of the most acid-forming foods on the menu. Also, it's a source of protein which is known to directly damage the kidneys. Last group to avoid: acid-inducing drinks, especially dark colas. Okay, time now to see the most helpful remedy in the world when it comes to fighting metabolic acidosis or excess of acid in blood. This is sodium bicarbonate. Question: can sodium bicarbonate really help you improve kidney health? In studies on CKD stage 4 patients, those that took sodium bicarbonate were able to delay dialysis significantly. Patients in stage 4 had 2.3 points decline in eGFR in a year, the main indicator of kidney function, when taking sodium bicarbonate. Those not taking it had, however, a 6.58 decline in GFR. This is a very significant difference and means that for those patients, it was possible to significantly delay dialysis just by taking this remedy. This is also why current guidelines state that patients in stage 4 and 5 of chronic kidney disease should take sodium bicarbonate. Now guys, I hope that many of you already know how crucial taking sodium bicarbonate is for kidney health. But this remedy is also controversial in a way. For example, I've received some comments asking me about the safety of taking sodium bicarbonate. One of the main concerns is sodium. So the question is sodium bicarbonate safe if you need to limit salt intake? Sodium bicarbonate does actually contain some sodium in it, just like salt. So it's clear that those raising the concern about the supplement that contains sodium are in the right. But you see, while it has been proven that excess of salt in the diet is very bad for your blood pressure, sodium bicarbonate is not an issue. This is what a very recent meta-analysis conducted on 1,853 patients with chronic metabolic acidosis found out. In this review, those taking sodium bicarbonate actually had dramatically reduced their blood pressure. So this remedy doesn't just protect your kidneys, but your heart too. The reason behind this is metabolic acidosis. What is metabolic acidosis? As we have seen, one of the most important jobs of the kidneys is to keep acidity-alkalinity in balance. In people with kidney disease, this balance is often compromised. The kidneys cannot remove enough acid from the body, and this causes it to build up. This condition is characterized by symptoms such as fatigue, headache, fast heartbeat, nausea, and loss of appetite. And according to recent studies, it may also raise your blood pressure. This is why sodium bicarbonate has been shown to help with that too. Now, untreated metabolic acidosis will also cause bone loss, endocrine disorders, hyperkalemia, and muscle loss. And obviously, the main problem with metabolic acidosis is that it will cause further kidney damage. How do you know if you have metabolic acidosis? There is a test called serum bicarbonate level test, which you can do to know if you have this complication. It's also known as the CO2 blood test, and it's usually done as a part of the basic metabolic panel, or BMP in short, one of the routine health exams kidney disease patients should do regularly. On your labs, it is usually called TCO2, and the normal range for CO2 is 23 to 29 milliequivalent units per liter of blood. If your levels are out of this range, it means you need sodium bicarbonate. Question: what is the correct dose for sodium bicarbonate? In case your CO2 level is 22 or below, your doctor needs to prescribe you sodium bicarbonate. They should also tell you exactly how much to take and when. 1 gram 3 times per day with water is a common dosage, but your doctor can give you a smaller dose or a bigger one depending on your CO2 levels. We all know that some doctors don't know or don't care, so double check your last blood test and see if you need it. Remember that sodium bicarbonate also contains sodium or salt, so do not take this remedy if you don't need it. But sodium bicarbonate is actually an FDA approved medication for certain conditions, including kidney disease, as we can see here. This is why you can also buy sodium bicarbonate at your pharmacy, both in tablets and injectable form. However, it's more common for people to just buy it at a grocery store. And a lot of people take sodium bicarbonate off-label by mouth for its other properties, including treating heartburn and improving sport performance. And yes, sodium bicarbonate is a remedy that's really helpful in the advanced stages of kidney disease, especially when paired with a healthy, kidney-friendly alkaline diet. Kidney patients who take 500 milligrams a day for 6 months of this vitamin can benefit from significantly lower cholesterol and triglyceride level and significantly better kidney function. According to research, cholesterol levels are one of the most important predictors of kidney disease progression. The higher the total cholesterol and LDL cholesterol, the higher the chances for a patient to go into renal failure. And to make things worse, statins, the most used cholesterol-lowering medication, have also been found to cause kidney damage over time. Now, the silver lining. Patients that find ways to keep their cholesterol levels in the right range naturally are often able to stop or even reverse kidney disease by greatly reducing proteinuria. Today, we will see exactly how to do that. There are lifestyle changes, dietary tweaks, remedies, and also a vitamin that can really help. Question: why should you care about cholesterol? Guys, if your target is to improve your kidney health, you need to keep bad cholesterol levels below 100 mg per dl and below 70 mg per dl if you have diabetes. High cholesterol is one of the worst health dangers of our times, especially for those with CKD. You see, in people with kidney disease, blood vessels are already narrower than normal. If we add cholesterol to the equation, things will get bad very quickly. Cholesterol travels throughout the body and it picks up all sorts of inflammatory substances. Then it dumps itself into the artery walls as plaque. These are your renal arteries, the vessels that bring oxygen and nourishment to your kidneys. You think your kidneys are getting enough blood now? So it's clear that on the road to a better kidney health, cholesterol levels should be taken care of naturally. And there is an incredibly powerful vitamin that can really help. While this vitamin is usually prescribed to kidney patients as a way to keep phosphorus levels under control, it also has amazing properties against dyslipidemia. More about this later on in this video. And this vitamin can really help, but it's impossible to solve the cholesterol problem completely with just one vitamin. There are also a couple of things about the way to eat to lower cholesterol you should know. How to eat to lower your cholesterol? Diet is key for lowering cholesterol levels, but for many people, eating right means learning a lot of what they think they know. You see, the big problem about cholesterol is the misinformation. There are a lot of lies surrounding cholesterol you should know about.
I overheard something that I think you should know about.
The food industry has been trying to sell low cholesterol versions of foods as healthy for decades now, and with commercial success.
Cholesterol. It can come from bow tie pasta, but also from your grandfather.
The problem is that this success comes at the expense of your own health. Fact, many no cholesterol foods are high in other types of bad fats, such as saturated and trans fats. So even if there is no cholesterol, the food is still going to be very bad for you, because unlike dietary cholesterol, trans fats are what is actually going to raise your LDL or bad cholesterol. Trans fats, sometimes listed on food labels as partially hydrogenated vegetable oil, are often used in margarines and store-bought cookies, crackers, and cakes. Avoid them and be very careful with low cholesterol foods. Another myth that marketing departments don't want you to know about. They always tell you that fats are the enemy and that sugar has nothing to do with cholesterol levels. And this looks pretty straightforward, right? I mean, how can sugar possibly make your blood cholesterol levels worse? In a recent study, sugar consumption didn't just raise several markers for cardiovascular disease such as triglycerides and inflammation markers. It also decreased the HDL or good cholesterol levels in participants. Another study found out that women who eat more added sugar tend to have higher levels of LDL or bad cholesterol. Researchers explain this by showing us that sugar is proven to cause inflammation. Inflammation can turn a cholesterol problem into a life-threatening issue. So disregard as much as possible what advertising tells us about cholesterol. Now the question is, what foods can really help with cholesterol and kidney health? Foods that really help include oats. This food is amazing for your kidneys and for cholesterol levels. It has a fermented soluble fiber called beta-glucan. It will form a gel-like substance that's a cholesterol magnet. It literally flushes it out of your system. And also apples. Apples are a nutrition powerhouse when it comes to lowering your cholesterol levels and protecting the kidneys. They contain a carbohydrate called pectin, which latches onto cholesterol and helps to flush it out of your body. But this pectin is only present in the peel of the fruit, so don't peel your apples. And also eat more foods rich in omega-3 such as chia seeds, flax seeds, and walnuts. You see, during clinical trials, a higher intake of omega-3 fatty acids has been linked to lower bad cholesterol levels in blood. This is why I always recommend to also supplement this essential nutrient. Omega-3. Taking omega-3 fatty acid supplements has also been linked to reduce kidney damage in patients with CKD. And there is evidence that it can help with high blood pressure, one of the leading causes of CKD, and also cholesterol levels, triglycerides, inflammation, and more. Now, as I was saying, taking omega-3s is something I really recommend. This is because omega-3s are proven to help kidney health by several very large reviews of studies. One large review of studies conducted on 9 trials comprising 444 patients concluded that this remedy significantly reduced the risk of dialysis and is associated with a lower risk of proteinuria. And this makes this supplement one of the most tested and most effective ways of improving your kidney function. Here you can see the most commonly used doses for this essential nutrient. 500 milligrams a day is what is most often recommended, by the way. Now, a very important question you may ask. Why should I change the way I eat if I can keep cholesterol under control with statins? There is no doubt that statins do what they promise. They keep your cholesterol down in most of the cases. What's the problem with statins then? Like for many other prescription medications, there is some scientific debate over whether or not statins are safe for people with kidney disease. There are studies that link statins to kidney damage. This is especially true for patients in the advanced stages of CKD and for those who need to take statins in high doses. High-potency statins in particular were linked to acute kidney injury, which means that they can damage the kidneys in a very short amount of time. Another drawback of statins is that they deplete ubiquinone in the body. Also known as coenzyme Q10 or CoQ10, this is a vitamin-like substance that's in every cell of your body Every living cell, human, animal, or plant, contains Q10. Its other name is ubiquinone to reflect its ubiquitous distribution. And when there is not enough of this molecule in the body, fatigue is just one of the symptoms. Studies have even associated low levels of CoQ10 to kidney damage. So if you plan on keep taking statins, you may want to consider supplementing CoQ10. It may make you feel a lot better very fast as it fights some of the side effects of statins, and it will help protecting your kidneys. Okay guys, if you follow me regularly, now you may ask, is everything doctors prescribe bad for the kidneys? NSAIDs, antibiotics, proton pump inhibitors, and now also ARBs, ACE inhibitors, and even statins are dangerous. How is this even possible? Well, this has to do with the job the kidneys have in the body. The kidneys filter out toxins and poisons. And there is no doubt that taking medications regularly means that way more toxins have to be filtered out. It's not a perfect system. But obviously, there are certain medications that you 100% need. This is why doctors should carefully weigh the benefits of taking blood pressure medications, statins, and more against the risks for people with kidney problems. This is never an easy choice, and today the medical field is split in two when it comes to prescribing many of these medications. What you should do, in my opinion, is to focus on what works without side effects. There is no doubt that healthy lifestyle choices such as exercising regularly and following a kidney-friendly diet can make a huge difference because they work on the cause of the problem, not on the symptom.
Can't believe I didn't know that.
And guys, it's when you make the right lifestyle changes, those that can give your doctor the possibility of lowering your medications, that your kidneys will really start to improve. There are also remedies that can really help achieving these results, and without causing the same problems medications do. One is a certain vitamin that is widely considered a very effective treatment against high cholesterol levels. But supplementing this vitamin also comes with significant benefits in terms of kidney function. I'm talking about niacin or vitamin B3. Niacin is an essential nutrient that should often be supplemented by those with kidney problems. Having enough niacin in the body is needed for good health. Niacin helps to convert nutrients into energy, create cholesterol and fats, create and repair DNA, and exert antioxidant effects. One role of niacin is to release prostaglandins, or chemicals that help your blood vessels widen, improving blood flow and reducing blood pressure. So you really don't want the level of this vitamin to be too low. You can also get some niacin from foods. It occurs naturally in many foods including greens, quinoa, muesli, wild rice, and corn on the cob. And when supplementing it, the daily intake for this vitamin in those with kidney disease is around 20 milligrams. But if you want to benefit from the cholesterol-lowering properties this vitamin offers, the dose must be a lot higher, starting from 500 milligrams per day. These high doses could, however, pose risks such as liver damage, gastrointestinal problems, so don't treat yourself with over-the-counter niacin supplements. Instead, talk to your doctor and see if a niacin treatment is appropriate for you. But remember that at the low daily recommended doses, niacin is safe for everyone. And there is another supplement which is perfectly safe and very beneficial that can make a huge difference in managing cholesterol levels. This is a form of soluble fiber that literally binds dietary fats in the intestine, reducing cholesterol levels. This is Psyllium Husk. Psyllium is a form of fiber made from the husk of the plantain ovata plant's seeds. This supplement is pure soluble fiber. It mixes with water to form a gel-like substance that you can drink before your main meals. This helps slow down the delivery of digested food from the stomach to the intestines, which is great to lower cholesterol levels. It really works, by the way.
You should see it in real life. It's incredible.
A study pulled findings from 28 trials in people with normal and high cholesterol levels. These high numbers mean that the result they had are very likely to be trustworthy. And this study found out that a daily dose of about 10 grams of psyllium husk taken before the main meals lowered harmful LDL cholesterol by 30 milligrams per DL when taken for at least 3 weeks. And as an added bonus, according to several studies, high dietary fiber intake is associated with decreased inflammation and a slower progression of chronic kidney disease, even in patients in the advanced stages. So there is one more reason to consider adding psyllium husk. Now guys, if you want to see what steps are a must for those with CKD that are set to reverse the progression of the disease and get some of their kidney function back, in this video up here, I've shared with you a remedy that was used in 1918 patients to significantly lower creatinine levels. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless.